All right, it's time to talk. If you are struggling with women, feeling stuck, or constantly chasing without getting results, it's not your fault, bro. No, it's not your fault. Because society has conditioned men to be weak and needy. So, in this video, I'm going to break down 3 of the main reasons you aren't able to attract high quality women and how to make it happen. So there was an old car that I've had for years. I've had this car for, I don't know, 6 years now. It's a 2012 Honda Accord. It's old. And it's literally never affected my confidence or ability to be with attractive women. Okay? I've never relied on fancy brands or material things. What mattered was how I carried myself, my mindset, and my purpose. I used to think that it was about all this other external stuff, but it's not really. Women don't care about the car, the watch, the money, the status, how many Instagram followers you have. It's not about any of that shit. And it goes completely against everything that you're hearing right now, especially with social media. But the moment I stopped chasing women and focused 100% on improving myself, everything changed. Women could sense it. And when you become the kind of man who doesn't need validation, a man who's focused on his own mission, when you are so busy building your life externally and internally and becoming a more evolved man, becoming more high value, women naturally gravitate towards you. So stop chasing women and stop trying to rely on external things, thinking that it's the money, it's the job, it's the status, it's the car, it's the fancy designer brands. Stop thinking that all these things is what women want, and stop relying on these things to give you confidence. So the first thing is you have to stop chasing women. Only focus on those women that are attracted to you. You only want to focus on women who have a high level of attraction. So let's say the attraction scale is 1 out of 10. 10, she's madly in love. 1, she has literally zero interest. Okay, so you meet a girl. She has to have at least a 5 out of a 10. She has to have at least 50% attraction, and you need to raise it to 70 or 80%. There's no point in wasting time in women who are below a 50%. There's no point in wasting time on women who just aren't that into you. So stop wasting time and energy chasing women who aren't genuinely interested. You only want to hang out with women who actually are attracted to you. Now, why this happens largely, why this happens to so many guys, is society has trained men to believe that they must win over a woman by proving themselves to them. And it doesn't make it any easier that social media has created an environment where women get endless validation constantly, and most guys contribute to it by giving attention for free, by following a ton of Instagram followers that don't even know you exist and you're never going to meet them, giving tons of free validation, liking their pictures, commenting on them, sliding into their DMs and stuff. Attention is the most valuable currency you have. And in 2025, women are just bombarded with free validation and attention. And so you need to reserve the attention for only the women that you want and the high quality women, and stop giving it freely. Now, I have a task for you. I have an exercise for you. When you go on a date, the next date that you go on with a girl, I want you to try something, especially if it's a first date. After the date, I want you to disengage. Don't chase. Don't text her, nothing. Just disengage for a couple or a few days and just see what happens. I can promise you, if she's interested, she'll make an effort. Stop giving women free attention and stop chasing. If the woman is not reciprocating interest, find someone else, move on. Your time is valuable, and there's tons of women out there. There's no point in pedestaling any one woman or thinking that she's the only one. You need to focus on your own purpose, your goals, and your mission. And if you don't know what that is right now and you're trying to date, then you need to put a pause on dating, delete the dating apps, and sit down with yourself and journal. Yeah. Put a pause on dating, and you need to figure it out. Okay? Because when I stopped endlessly texting women and chasing women, and instead put all that energy and focus and time on my purpose, when I made my purpose the foundation and my number one priority, I noticed a complete shift with women. Women started reaching out to me. They started wondering why I wasn't chasing when most other guys are pursuing. Okay, now in the beginning, when you first start dating a girl, you should do the initial pursuing, okay? If you're expecting that women to just come to you all the time, you're wrong, and you're not gonna be able to make any progress. But once you have gone on a couple dates, you should start letting her come to you. You should not make this woman your whole world. You need to focus on your mission and your goals and your priorities, okay? Because most guys aren't doing this. That's the thing, bro. Like 2 or 3% of guys actually are doing what they're supposed to be doing, or focusing on them, okay? So stop chasing. My second point is you need to be selfish with your time right now. And you need to focus on you. You need to pour into yourself. And if no woman is pursuing you right now, if there are no women that are pursuing you, you need to focus on improving yourself. If women aren't sliding into your DMs, they're not reaching out to you, texting you at all, it's a sign that you have not built enough value as a man yet. So you need to start leveling up your life. And the reason this happens is because way too many men focus on external validation and chasing women, or just trying to lead with their materialistic things, instead of focusing on building their own internal confidence and self-worth. Because all the cars, the watches, the money, the status, the Instagram followers, like none of that shit really means anything unless you actually have the internal confidence. So it's a competitive dating market, I'll be honest. It is competitive. With looks, with your job, with how much money you make. Look, it's 2025, it's expensive to live, and it's very competitive. It's a competitive dating market. Life is competitive. So you should always be upgrading and leveling up your life and improving, because women have a lot of options. But you can't miss this, but a lot of guys don't have the internal confidence. A lot of guys are very needy. And so it doesn't matter if you make millions of dollars, but you lose your frame and you start over-validating a woman. Well, that then makes you look way less valuable, and it makes her attraction drop significantly. Dude, you can have all the money, the status, the job. You could even have the body, but if you don't know how to talk to a woman, and if you come across as needy or insecure, if you just talk about your achievements and whatnot, it's going to turn her off. It comes across that you're trying to sell yourself or just try to validate yourself, qualify yourself to her. Okay? Now, women are naturally drawn to men who have their lives together as a whole. So right now, if you're not where you want to be in your career, with your body, with your money, then you need to get busy working on yourself, bro. I'm telling you, with your fitness, with your finances, skill sets, start building skills, work on building confidence by tackling goals that you have and crushing those goals, okay? So that's going to be super important. That should be your number one priority right now, not chasing women. No woman wants to be with you right now if you don't have your shit together. Okay? Once you start to have your shit together, you're going to start having more options. And the more you continuously level up, the more options you're going to have. So keep that in mind. Looks maxing. This is the next thing I want to talk about. So maximize your genetic potential from the inside out. Looks maxing. It means maximizing your appearance with what God gave you. Okay? With your grooming, with your fitness, dressing well. All these things matter. I'm only 5'9". I'm about 170 pounds. I'm in a pretty good shape. I've been way more ripped in the past. Right now, I'm focusing more on business and other personal endeavors, but I always stay in good shape. I'm well groomed. I take care of myself. I get a good haircut that fits me well. I have found that this haircut, I guess apparently it looks decent on me. So that's the one so you have to figure out your look. You got to figure out what works for you. Looks maxing. It means making sure that you're doing everything you can in your control to look better, because the truth is, dude, a lot of guys out there could look a whole lot better if they just took care of themselves. So if you're not flossing right now, every single day, you need to floss every day. Make sure you're brushing your teeth. Get your teeth whitened. Get your teeth straightened if you need braces or some kind of Invisalign or something. Fix your teeth. Okay? Take care of your skin. Have a good skincare routine. You don't have to be crazy. I have like 1 or 2 face lotions that I use. Nothing crazy. All right. Now, also, your skin. You need to have clear skin. A lot of the stuff that you're putting in your body, this crap food and chemicals and bullshit food and nonsense, what you put into your body is going to show externally. The internal is going to show, the internal state is going to manifest into the external state. So you need to drink lots of water. Okay. You need to have a nice complexion. Find a good barber. Also, with style, man, I don't even wear expensive clothes. You get that? I've had people ask me, what's that shirt? What's this? What's that? Dude, like, I never wear expensive stuff. I could literally get something at Target and, you know, I can wear the same clothes for 4 years, and I have just outfits that I interchange. So as far as style goes, you got to find a style that works for you. Like, what is your edge? Looks maxing. You got to find what your style is. You got to craft your own look, okay? You don't want to just look like every other dude. I think it's great to have solid colors that you can interchange, have a lot of basics, have a handful of different shoes that are interchangeable, because you want to have outfits that you can make multiple of, have interchangeable outfits, all right? I love to do solid colors, have some V-necks in there, solid colors, some Henleys, some nice jeans. You know, have stuff that is evergreen, stuff that is kind of timeless. It doesn't really go out of style, right? I'm sure you see these guys in the gym right now wearing like the Young LA stuff. I actually have a couple Young LA shirts. I got them years ago when it first started coming out, but now that every guy's wearing them, I don't really like to wear it. You see the broccoli haircuts and the chains and everything, but whatever your style is, dude, just be different. Find your groove. Find what works for you and be well put together, because women notice this stuff. Take care of your nails. Trim your nails. If you're biting your nails right now, you need to stop. I used to bite my nails. It's a really nasty habit, and it's also just very undisciplined. So make sure you take care of your nails and just be well put together, man. Stay away from the dating apps. You got to get off the dating apps. Stay away from the dating apps until you have actually put serious work in on yourself. Like, once you've built real value, you'll have leverage in the dating pool. Once you get your body where you want it to be, once you level up your mind and you become smarter and you get where you want in your career, and you don't have to be perfect, but once you start getting your money right, and once you start getting into a job, once you start building up skill sets, pick a valuable skill, marketing, sales, coding, I don't know. There's a lot of people doing TikTok shop these days. Dude, whatever it is that you're doing, start building value as a man. I was in the Marine Corps for 4 years, and you know, did private security for a while. I did sales for a while. I still do sales for my day job. And I've really done a lot of different stuff for work. So I've also built up a nice physique, like pretty decent shape. I was a certified personal trainer for a long time. So like, you just got to build value. Okay. And once you build value and then you get onto the dating apps, then you're going to be in like the top 10%, because basically how it works right now is, let's say like Hinge or Bumble. Those are the two that I use. You are going to be in a top tier if you have all these things right. And there's really only the top 10% of guys that get 90% of the high quality woman on these dating apps. So if you got your shit together, you're going to be using the dating apps as leverage. But if you don't, get off the dating apps for 6 months to a year. Honestly, if you're single right now, just stay off the dating apps for like 6 months to a year. Just delete the apps and focus on you, because then you're going to have more value to bring to the table, which means you're going to be able to attract higher quality women because you're a higher quality person yourself. All right. Again, I've never had flashy stuff. I've driven an old car for like 6 years. I had a truck before that. I paid it off. I got a Honda Accord 2012, paid off, driven that, been with plenty of women. It's never affected women. And to be honest with you, bro, if a woman is with you, only cares about what kind of car you drive, I mean, is that really the kind of girl you want to be with? Because she's going to have plenty of options anyway. She's only going to care about the materialistic stuff. So is that really someone you want to be with? I'm about to upgrade my car soon, finally, because I'm in a better position, but really just because of delayed gratification. Okay. And because I have built internal confidence through years of hardship and just my own life experiences. I have been able to attract high quality women because I have been focused on becoming the best version of myself. And it's always a continuous process, right? Of building and upgrading. But got to get your shit together. If you don't have it together, get off the dating apps. Third point is women want you to have your inner world sorted out. So like I said earlier, they don't really care about the materialistic stuff. It's a competitive market, so women want resources. But at the end of the day, they want you to have your shit figured out. Like, they want you to have your inner world figured out. Well, what I mean is they want you to have internal confidence. They want you to have your own mission that means a lot to you. Women want you to have emotional control, emotional regulation. They want you to have the healthy balance of the masculine and the feminine energy. The masculine energy, purpose, drive, confidence, being a man on his mission, charging forward. The feminine energy of, being open with your emotions. I'm not talking about vomiting your emotions and being overly emotional, because that's actually going to be repelling to a woman if you're vomiting your emotions, but being able to communicate and express yourself. Now, I know a lot of you guys really aren't that great at probably expressing your emotions. Maybe you are. I think men naturally are not as good as communicating their emotions. But even if you are on the extreme end, like I used to be way too overly emotional because I was raised by mainly a bunch of women. I had to really become more balanced, and actually having been in the Marine Corps for 4 years really helped me become more balanced because I was around a lot more assholes. So this just helped give me a little bit more edge, balance me out. But the issue is in 2025, most guys think that money and status alone is going to get them the best woman. But that's not it, really. That's only a part of the equation. There's a lot of guys that try to lead with the materialistic things, but women see right through it. It's the equivalent of a woman who is posting half-naked pictures for attention on Instagram, for example. It's the same thing. Women are naturally drawn to men who are constantly improving and leveling up. So in order to really attract a high-quality woman, you have to continuously level up and build your life. Increase your SMV, your sexual market value. This is your physique, your mindset. This is your career, your money. This is your resources, your sexual market value. Where are you placed in the dating market compared to other guys? Okay? It's being in a constant state of self-improvement always. Because we're always raising the bar every week, every month, every year. We're always adding new goals and improving and trying to level up. Because look, there's definitely guys that are in better shape than me. There's guys who are taller than me. There's guys who are smarter than me. But I am trying to maximize what I can with the cards that I was dealt. I can't control, if you're short, you can't control how tall you are. If you're not the best looking dude, maybe, you can definitely become a much better looking guy just by dressing well, grooming well, making more money. You could be a short guy who gets ripped and jacked and makes a lot of money and becomes smart. You become smarter, right? So that's really all there is to that. Now, the biggest part of this is you have to find your gift to the world. You have to find your gift to the world because we all have a gift that we were given. Sometimes it's one, sometimes it's two. And you have to start building something outside of just having a job that you don't really care about. So, also have to just make sure you're in a good job first. Because before you can even start thinking about your mission, if you have no idea what this side thing is, make sure you're at least in a good job first, okay? Because women want stability. It goes back to hypergamy, which is women are always trying to make sure that they are with their best option, okay? That's how it works. And if they're not, they're going to find someone else. So women want stability. It makes them safe. This goes back to our ancestors. From a biological perspective, this is how women are wired. This is just biology. They have to make sure that they are mating with the best suited partner for them. Emotionally stable, financially stable, and physically able to protect them and their offspring. Okay? And so you hear stories about when guys going through a divorce and, you know, they let themselves go for years. They got fat. They're depressed. They started slacking at work. They got fired from their job. And then, you know, maybe after some time has passed, they still are down in the dumps and depressed and letting every area of their life slip. And then their woman leaves them. Well, can you blame her? Because women are wired to make sure that they are taking care of them and their offspring. So even if you don't have kids together, if you start slipping in life and your girl starts losing interest and pulling back, you got to get your shit together because now she's thinking, I don't really know if he's actually my best option anymore. And she's got to make sure she's with someone where she feels secure. Women want stability. So make sure you got a good job, get that together, and then you can start thinking about what it is that you actually love to do. What's your mission in life? What is your gift to the world? And if you have no idea, I just encourage you to sit down in silence and solitude and just start journaling about it. Once you have the job, you can work on creating something on the side. Once you have a good vehicle that gives you some extra time, and by the way, we all have the same amount of time. You just got to figure out where to fit it in. Most people work their 9 to 5, but forget about their 5 to 9 time block. Okay? But once you get your bases covered, you got a good job, something relatively stable that you make, decent income, right? You can start the side hustle, a new business, a passion project, or some kind of skill mastery or something that you're trying to learn. When I started working on my brand and my personal mission, my confidence skyrocketed. It wasn't about impressing women. It was about fulfilling my purpose. And that naturally made me more attractive as a person. And it made me more secure. And you hear a lot of guys say, man, I'm not very happy or I feel depressed. A big part of guys not feeling happy or depressed is lack of fulfillment in their life. It's having purpose and mission and direction that always makes men feel fulfilled Even if you're not there yet, if you are on your path and you're chipping away at something that is meaningful to you, where you're helping others, it has to always be others centered or you're never going to feel connected. I had started doing a little bit of modeling years ago and I stopped just because it felt very empty. It's a very selfish thing, modeling. It's sort of good for the ego, which is not what we want to get. Okay. But that's what women want, man. Stop chasing. Only focus on women who are genuinely attracted to you, women who have a high level of interest. And if no women are pursuing you, you got to take it as a sign to focus on self-improvement. Seriously. Because I still have women that will text me, slide in my DMs, send me stuff, whatever. And I put zero effort into it. Even women that I'm not attracted to, some that I am, but I don't really give a shit because I have so much going on in my life that it's just not really that important to me. I only really focus on women that are that I'm very attracted to. And so you should do the same. You should be very busy in your life. And understand, you got to remember, women want a man with his inner world figured out, not just the outer world. Money or status is not